I'm back with more Premier League predictions for the 25-26 season. I'm going to go through every single position and predict who I think will finish there, and I'll also be showing off some of my friends' picks, just showing you what they picked, and at the end of the season, I'll be going over seeing who actually did the best. So without further ado, let's go on to 20th place, where I've picked Sunderland. Now this was a tough pick. They have made a lot of signings, and I think before this video goes out, they will make a lot of signings then too. I think they could easily finish higher, but just I think based on this team that they started with, they're probably the weakest out of any team. But honestly, again, I could see them even surviving. So this was a tough choice to make. I think this relegation battle will be very tough to predict, and I think it's going to be very even for a long part of the season. But here are the other predictions. 19th place, I've gone for Leeds United. This is another one I think that I could easily see them surviving, but I think just based on the teams in the Premier right now, I think they might struggle a little bit. But again, like I said, this is going to be very close, and I just had to pick someone, and I think Leeds United will be relegated. And two of my friends do agree with me, so we'll see how that pans out. 18th place, this could turn out to be my worst prediction, I'm going to be honest. Brentford, I didn't want to pick the boring pick of Burnley, just predicting the three teams who got promoted to be back down again. I wanted to spice it up, and I think them losing both their top scorers, it might cause them to have a stumble, and I think as well as the new coach, Thomas Frank, losing him, I don't know how that's going to pan out, so we'll see about that. But on to 17th place, I've gone for Burnley. Again, I didn't want to pick them to be relegated. It would be just so boring. It's probably what's going to happen. All the three relegated teams just be the ones that got promoted, but I think if any team's going to survive, it's going to be Burnley. They had a great defense, obviously. Maybe losing Trafford is going to change that, but I still think the tactics, Scott Parker is going to figure it out, and 17th place, survivable, but I think it's going to be a very close one. And here are the other predictions from my friends. Pretty interesting picks. For the next pick, 16th place, I've gone for Everton. Now, honestly, I don't think their squad is that good. I think they're lacking in a lot of areas, but I think just the atmosphere of the new stadium, it's going to help them a lot. Their home advantage is going to be quite a thing to be reckoned with, especially at the start of the season. So I think they'll start off strong, finish off a little bit weaker, but I think 16th place is about where they're going to finish. Here are the other predictions from us. Interesting ones here. Sunderland is definitely an interesting choice. For 15th place, I've gone for Wolves. It's another one where their squad I just don't think is that good. But I think they have the talent there to survive. We saw last season at ends, they did actually do quite well without Cunha. So I think losing him is not going to be that much of an issue. Maybe they make some deals before the end of the window, but I think they're still good enough to survive. So overall, a pretty solid season. Pretty much what they've been doing for the past 5 years. Nothing too crazy. For 14th place, I've gone for West Ham. Now this is a team that is in an interesting place right now. I'm not too sure about this. They could finish higher than this, but I could also see Graham Potter just being sacked by the end of the season and then finishing maybe like 17th, maybe getting relegated. You never know. This squad is good, and I think it's maybe a top 12 squad in the Prem, but I've gone 14th. I think it's pretty much where they're going to finish. And on to 13th, Fulham. I guarantee they're going to finish within 3 places of this. It's going to be another boring season. I don't think it's going to be anything interesting. No challenges for Europe. No really threat of relegation. I think it's just going to be a standard season. 13th place. Nothing too crazy. For 12th place, this is one, again, maybe might not be a great prediction. Crystal Palace. I've seen a lot of people predicting to finish lower, and I have placed them higher than any of the other predictions that my friends have made. I think they have lost quite a few players, but I think Oliver Glasner is a great coach. I think he's going to figure it out, and even with the extra number of games because of Europe, I think they're still going to finish in a pretty sweet spot of 12th. And for 11th, I've gone for Bournemouth. This is another team that has lost quite a few pieces. Obviously, Huijsen being one of them, and Rodriguez going to Liverpool. I still think, again, great coach, similar to what Crystal Palace, similar place as them, I think, overall, in terms of the level, and I think, yeah, they're going to be pretty interchangeable in this prediction. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, I think they're going to be pretty similar in terms of the place. Now, for 10th, this is, again, another one that might be a little controversial, but I think Nottingham Forest, I don't think they're going to do as well as they did last season. Of course, they lost a few pieces, but I just think it's crazy to see people predicting them again to finish 7th, 6th, those places. We saw kind of a bit of a collapse last season towards the end. I think it's going to happen again, and the only reason I didn't really put them lower is because Bournemouth, Crystal Palace have lost quite a few more pieces than Nottingham Forest have, but I could easily see him finishing much lower than this. 9th, I've got Brighton. This is one that's, this is pretty standard. I don't think they're going to do like anything crazy. They're not going to challenge for any European spots, but 9th place is a pretty safe spot for them. Nothing too special of a season. Obviously, you have lost Joao Pedro, lost a few other players, but I think still solid squad. They're still going to be a standard team. I don't think it's going to be anything too out of the ordinary. Again, for 8th place, this is one that's going to be tougher to predict. Man United, last season, of course, closer to the relegation zone than the top half even. So it's going to be tough to predict how they're going to do. I think they've made quite a few signings. I don't think they're quite back yet. I think they're still in a spot where they're going to lose a few games. They're going to be the point of a lot of criticism. But I think still 8th place, I think that's pretty much where they're going to finish. I think that's 6th to 10th range is going to be the one where they're going to place. For 7th spots, I've gone for Aston Villa. I think this is a team that's just honestly kind of stagnating. I've not seen a lot of rumors for any exciting signings yet. Maybe they've signed someone, but I think it's a similar team to what West Ham were a few seasons ago, where they kind of overachieve a little. They have a good coach, finish in the higher spots of the Premier League. But I think, as we've seen with West Ham, they've just kind of slowly backed down towards what they were a few seasons ago. I think that's pretty much what's going to happen with Aston Villa in the next coming few years, and that's what I've been predicting them to do this season. 6th place, I've gone for Tottenham, another team as United, where they can finish in a lot of different positions. It's really hard to predict, but I think Thomas Frank is a great coach. He's going to get them back to where they were just one season ago before. That's obviously a pretty terrible season besides the Europa League final win. So I think pretty good season for them. Nothing too amazing. I think they're still going to be in the lower top half positions. 5th place, I got for Newcastle. Now, this is another one that's a bit tough to predict. They're probably going to lose Isak. A lot of rumors about him going to Liverpool or a few other different clubs. I think still, anyhow, another great coach. I think he's going to pull through, and he's going to it's not going to be as good of a season as last few, but it's still going to be a decent one. And 5th place is where I put him. 4th place, I've gone for Chelsea. The team that's obviously just won the Club World Cup, so they should have a pretty good season. I think the squad's pretty good, lots of depth, obviously. I think 4th place is pretty much where they're going to finish. I think it's not going to be anything too crazy. I'm not predicting a title charge, but 4th place, that's where they finished last season. I think this is going to be a very similar season. Man United there is very optimistic from Aditya. 3rd place, I've gone for Man City. Now, again, this is another one. Bit of a transition period. I don't think they're the same team as they were a few seasons ago, where they were just beating everyone consistently, just trashing teams. I think they've just lost that consistency a bit. I think they're just going to lose a few games in between. It's not going to be as bad as last season. I think they're still going to put up a fight. I think it's going to be a close title race. So I've got them 3rd, but I think this is the top 3 are going to be really, really close. And for 2nd, I've gone for Arsenal. Now, this might be painful for their fans, but what is this? third or fourth season in a row they finished second, but that's what I'm predicting. I think Gyökeres is going to be a great striker. He's going to score, I'll predict 21 goals. I don't think he's going to be anything like Haaland's, for example, but still, I think the only reason they don't win the league is for the team that I've got first, and the team I've got first is obviously Liverpool. Now, obviously, won the Premier League last season, and they've, in my opinion, they've just gone better. Obviously, had a great team already, Salah, Van Dijk, lots of great players, but with the signings they've made, and with the rumors I've seen just flying around, I think that they've just improved, and I think they're just going to carry over its results, and it's going to be a great season for them. First, I think it's going to be a very top player. I think he's going to do great, and that's pretty much what all my friends think. One prediction for Man City, but the rest are for Liverpool. So that does it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments, and hopefully I'll be back with more videos sort of like this. I'll try to get back into that rhythm, so subscribe.